You were barely 18, barely out of high school, in that quiet American town where everyone knew everyone, and everyone trusted him. He was your best friend's dad. You felt his eyes on you the first time you walked through their front door. You pretended not to notice. He smiled anyway. Slow, warm, like he already knew how the story would end. This is Small Town Secrets. And tonight, I'm telling you mine. The town was small. Snow fell early that year. Outside it was freezing. Inside, everything felt too warm. You were still so shy back then. Long legs that you hid under oversized hoodies. Curvy hourglass figure that was just starting to feel dangerous. Big natural breasts that made your tight little tops stretch in ways you noticed in every mirror. You'd stand in your room after school, turning side to side, wondering why your heart raced when you imagined someone finally seeing you. Your friends were already doing it. They'd giggle in the car after school. Are you still a virgin? They'd poke your ribs. You'd blush and laugh it off, but inside you were burning. You wanted to be wanted. You wanted hands on your skin. You wanted to feel chosen. You started wearing shorter skirts. Tiny denim ones that rode up when you sat down. Small tight tops with thin straps. No bra some days, just a soft sports bra that barely held you. You told yourself it was because it was hot, even though it was snowing. You told yourself a lot of things back then. Late nights you'd scroll, reading romance stories that made your thighs press together. Imagining soft music playing, warm breath on your neck, fingers tracing your waist. You'd lie awake smiling, body tingling, feeling unfinished. He started smiling longer when you came over. Too friendly, bold, beautiful. You stared. He stared back. And you felt seen. Your friends noticed first. One night at the bonfire they pushed you toward him. Go talk to him. He's been staring at you all night. You turned red. Heart hammering. They helped set it up. Little group hangouts at his house when your best friend was at her mom's. House parties with fairy lights and low music. You wore that tiny denim overall shorts, sides unbuttoned, deep cleavage on full display, round glasses, blonde waves loose, one hand playing with the strap, silver ring catching the light. He called you by name. Soft. Like it belonged to him. You felt proud. Chosen. Your friends whispered, he's good for you. You're so lucky. He's different. You believed them. Night drives in his truck, windows down, cold air rushing in, his hand resting on the gear shift inches from your bare thigh. You'd wear the shortest dresses, no panties, feeling naughty and alive. Friends would tease, did you go on that date without inners again? You'd laugh, cheeks burning, loving every second. Bonfires. Inside jokes. You told naughty little jokes just to watch his eyes darken. He'd laugh low, and you'd feel it between your legs. You felt bold, beautiful, wanted. And for the first time, you weren't behind anymore. It built so slowly you almost didn't notice. Lingering looks across the kitchen while you helped with dishes. Your short skirt brushing his leg by accident. His hand steadying your waist, just a second too long. You started wearing lipstick. Glossy. Pink. You'd catch him staring at your mouth. Accidental touches turned into almost touches. His fingers grazing the back of your thigh when he reached for something. Your hand brushing his chest when you laughed. You were dying for him to touch you properly. You wanted his hands under your skirt. You wanted him to press you against the counter. You wanted him to play with every inch of your body. But he didn't rush. He waited, and that made you want him even more. You asked your friends, "How do I make him do it?" They giggled, told you to be patient. So you waited, aching, wet, ready. The first night he took you driving, it was snowing hard. Cold outside, warm inside the truck. Soft music playing, something slow and sexy. You parked at the lookout. He clicked a selfie of the two of you, his arm around your shoulders, your head on his chest. You felt tiny, protected. His hand slid down your back, resting on the curve of your ass through those tiny cutoff shorts. You arched, just a little. He noticed. You leaned in. French kiss, deep, slow, his tongue tasting like winter and want. Hands moving to your hips, pulling you closer. Laughing too long at nothing. Tears of happiness in your eyes because someone finally saw all of you. He whispered your name against your lips. You melted. You wanted his hands everywhere. You wanted him to touch your breasts, squeeze, tease. You wanted his fingers between your legs. You wanted everything. And in that moment, you felt safest. One night, his house was empty. Your best friend gone for the weekend. Cold wind rattling the windows. Inside, just warm bodies and low music. You ended up in the back seat of his car in the garage. He pulled you onto his lap. Hands sliding under your tiny skirt, finding you with no panties, already soaked. His breath hot against your neck. God, you're perfect. Slow touches. Fingers tracing, rubbing, making you shiver and moan softly. Your large breasts pressed against his chest, nipples hard through the thin top. He kissed down your neck, lower, tasting you. You let him. You wanted him to. His toes brushed between your legs under the blanket once, playful, electric. You giggled, then gasped. Everything felt right. Warm. Wanted. A little wrong in the best way. You crossed lines that night. Quietly. Beautifully. And you thought, this is it. This is love. But little things started slipping in. You saw him texting someone else on Instagram. He said it was nothing. I just worry about you, that's all. He didn't like when you hung out with the boys from school. Framed it as care. You excused it. Mood shifts. 1 minute soft kisses, the next cold silence. Then rehearsed apologies and warm hands again. Your friends started noticing. He seems intense. You laughed it off. He just loves me. You started crying alone in your room. Trying harder to be perfect. Wearing what he liked. Speaking softer. Shrinking yourself so he wouldn't get jealous. You convinced yourself this was normal. That love felt like this. That the ache in your chest was just how it was supposed to feel. One night the door closed. Literally. You were in his bedroom. Music playing. His hands on you. And suddenly, you realized you couldn't say no anymore. Not really. The power had shifted so quietly you never saw it coming. You felt the loss of control like ice in your veins. Something you could never undo. Time passed. Silence grew. He pulled away. You tried to hold on. Friends faded. Your world narrowed to his moods. You lost pieces of yourself you never got back. The girl who wore short skirts and laughed too loud, she disappeared. I'm older now. I carry it quietly. I still feel his eyes sometimes, when the snow falls and the music plays soft. I mistook being wanted for being safe. Some love doesn't bruise you on the outside. It just changes your shape forever. And I never fully escaped it. Long pause, soft breathing. There's always another story waiting in this small town. Subscribe to Small Town Secrets for more late-night confessions that feel like they're whispered just for you. Like if your heart raced even a little. Share it quietly with someone who needs to hear it. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next one. I'll see you in the next confession. Sweet dreams.